everybody, I'm Brady, and this month we are learning all about creativity, which is using your imagination to do something new. Let's get it. Welcome to Trinity Kids Online. This month we are starting a brand new series called Canvas, and like we learned before, all about creativity. I wonder if this week's Story Lab has some other ways we can be creative. Let's go check it out.
Hey, welcome to Story Lab. This week, we're talking about creativity. We'll be taking a look at the story of how everything began.
Hey, I'm Skylar.
And I'm Sebastian,
We're talking about creativity.
which is using your imagination to do something new.
Looks like you're trying something new.
It's supposed to be Actually, what do you think it is?
Sea monster?
No, it's supposed to be me.
Oh.
I'm a terrible artist.
Hey, you don't need to be a great artist to be creative. You can find unique ways to solve problems or encourage people or create something no one has ever seen before.
That's a relief.
Actually, today's guest creates things no one has ever tasted before.
I like the sound of that.
His name is Mac. He makes amazing cakes and treats.
Please tell me he's going to bring in some of his creations.
Yep. Hey, Mac, we're so excited to have you here in the Story Lab.
It's great to be here.
And we're also excited to have this.
Yes.
It's a vanilla cake that has a edible drip on it and even has candy on top.
And you made this all from scratch, like nothing from a box.
It's all from scratch.
I'm impressed.
Wow. So how did you get started baking?
Well, I just made cookies one night during COVID and it was really fun.
So how did baking turn into such a big thing for you?
Well, one of my mom's friends actually had an anniversary coming up and she asked me to make her a cake. And when she posted it, it kind of just started from there.
What do you enjoy most about baking?
I really enjoy decorating and bringing smiles on people's faces, especially during COVID.
All right, so what are some of your favorite bakes?
Definitely a 10-year anniversary cake I did for this amazing organization called Heart for Africa. Basically, they asked me to make this huge 3-tiered cake. It had so much candy and even had donuts on it, but it was so much fun.
That is awesome. What would you say to kids who want to discover their own creativity?
I would say that anyone can be creative, and if you have an idea, don't be scared to keep pursuing it.
Is there any chance we could try making this cake deliciousness for ourselves?
Sure thing.
All right, let's all say it.
Let's make it!
Okay, so first we have this pink icing, and this is called a rosette tip. So first thing we're gonna do is just make a small circle right here. You wanna try?
Sure. Okay,
Awesome.
there you go.
Okay, next we'll take this yellow color, and this is called a French tip. Then we'll just basically dot with this right here.
There you go.
And there we go. Look at that.
Awesome. Next, we have this orange color, and it's just a circle tip. And then we'll basically just use this to fill in any spots that that still have cake.
There we go.
Okay, is it sprinkle time?
I think it is.
Pass them over.
Hey, you go first.
Alrighty. A little bit.
I gotta add some style to it.
Absolutely. Well, awesome. Well, Mac, it's been amazing having you in the Story Lab. Thank you for teaching us how to decorate cakes.
It's been so much fun.
Mac, it is mind-boggling how you can come up with something so incredible from nothing.
Speaking of which, it's time for...
The story before the story.
Today, we're in the first chapter of Genesis, the very first book in the Bible.
Usually, we do the story before the story now. But today, there is no story before the story.
Because our story starts at the very beginning.
Take it away.
Hey everyone, I'm Erica.
Hey, Erica.
I need you to wrap your brain around something that seems impossible. Before time began, there was no time. There was nothing. No breath of air, no sliver of light, no thing to think a thought. Except God. God was in the midst of nothingness, and God had a plan, an immense, breathtaking design in mind. God spoke into that dark nothingness and called out,
"Let there be light."
and there was light. Just like a painter splashes color across a canvas, God flooded everything with brilliant light, and God saw.
That's good.
Then God separated the light from the dark. God called the light day and the dark night. Evening faded to night, and then back to bright morning, the very first day. But God was just getting started. God said,
Let there be a huge space between the waters.
God made a place for the waters and created a beautiful arching sky above. Day and night made day 2. Then God got to work again and said,
Let the water under the sky be gathered into one place. Let dry ground appear.
Plains and mountains and valleys rose right up out of the sea. Then God said,
Let the land produce plants and trees.
Let me tell you, the ground went wild. God saw.
That's good.
Morning followed evening, day 3. Then God said,
Let there be lights in the huge space of the sky. Let them separate the day from the night.
God hung up the sun and sent the earth spinning around it. God set the moon in place and flung the stars and planets into the deep reaches of space. Okay, I gotta geek out for just a minute. You know how ginormous our solar system is? Well, it would take 2 years traveling at the speed of light to cross it. But then, think of our galaxy, the Milky Way. If the Milky Way were the size of the United States, our entire vast solar system would be as tiny as a teacup. And astronomers believe there could be 2 billion galaxies. Yeah, that's how immense and creative our God is. God looked at all the amazingness and saw.
That's good.
Evening and morning made day 4. Now, God was really on a roll. On day 5, God said,
Let the seas be filled with living things. Let birds fly above the earth, across the huge space of the sky.
And on day 6, God said,
Let the land produce every kind of living creature.
And God stepped back and saw.
That is good.
But day 6 wasn't finished yet. In all this incredible world God had made, there was nothing quite like God. So God said,
Let us make human beings so that they are like us. Let them rule over the fish and the birds and all the creatures.
God made people to reflect a little bit of who God is to the world. God's compassion and joy and creativity. God said,
Have children, so there will be many of you. I am giving you every plant for food.
Then God took a look at the whole creation and saw.
It is very good.
That was day 5 and day 6. And on day 7, God rested from all that amazing, brilliant, creative work. The end.
I cannot get past the whole 2 billion galaxies thing.
God is so much bigger and so much more creative than we can ever imagine.
That's so true. And even though we're such a tiny speck in the big picture, God knows and cares deeply for every single one of us. I mean, He had a big creative plan from the very beginning to one day send Jesus to rescue us. So,
What's our part in the story?
well, God made you. And what's more, You're created to reflect a little piece of who God is to the world around you. God is endlessly creative, which means that whether or not you feel like it, you are creative.
Maybe you can paint or draw or make up songs.
But maybe your creativity is a little different, like figuring out unique ways to encourage your friends.
Or solving complicated problems.
Or making peace between people who disagree.
Creativity can look like so many different things. If you aren't sure how God wired you to be creative, ask God to show you.
And ask your friends and family too.
Yeah, they may see something that you don't.
I think you got it. Guess what? I'll see you next time.
Bye, Erica. So here's the thing. God created you so you can be creative.
I'm extremely glad that God made Mac to be creative.
I know, right?
Thanks for joining us in the Story Lab. See you next time. Oh, good.
I know.
Cheers.
Make sure you guys remember this week's bottom line. God created you so you can be creative. And with that, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Stay tuned for the So and So Show, and we will see you guys next week. Bye-bye.
What to make? What to make? Is there anything more beautiful than a blank piece of paper? I mean, the possibilities, the dreams, the hopes. Maybe it could be a poem or a beautiful drawing or you could sit there all day blabbering. Where? Hey, genius, down here. Yeah, here I am. What? How? You know, it's exhausting to hear you talk on and on and on about all the things you could do with me. Enough talk. I'm ready to do something, to be something. This can't be real. This can't be real. This can't be real. This can't be real. Yep, still here. Do something. Hey, don't do that. Hey! Now that was unnecessary. You're not gonna get rid of me that quickly. You think that hurts? You think that's gonna stop me? Come on, we're gonna make beautiful art together. What are you scared of? Now there's two of us. No! Oh yeah, your paperwork just doubled. Really? Again?
Such strong emotions!
Use it, John.
No!
I'm so lucky to be alive.
No!
Treat me like this. Is this how you treat your creative places? Huh? Is this how you treat your creative?
Quiet! Brandon? Wait. Is this a dream? Mommy!
Hello everyone, I'm Brandon.
I'm John.
And welcome to the So and So Show. Hey John, this month we're talking all about creativity.
Yes, I love creativity. Hey, let's create something.
Right now, okay. Yeah, it's true. You can be creative anytime, anywhere.
Yeah, with anything. It could be with paint or music or dancing or anything.
Yeah, sure. Usually you'd make some kind of plan before you started creating, but you don't have to.
What creativity is everywhere.
That's right.
Tall buildings, bridges, museums, those ketchup packets you either dip in or pour. They're so creative.
I know. There are so many ways to create in the world.
Yes! Let's do that!
Do what?
Create the world! They've got the whole world on their heads. They've got the world on their heads.
Okay, what is happening?
But we're creating the world! Look, we got a blank canvas. We've got a globe and a face.
All right. Well, let's get started. Do we have a mirror or something like that?
No, we don't.
We don't? I gotta see what I'm...
Oh, wow.
Okay then.
Wow.
All right. Is that how you want it?
Okay. Ooh, that's cold.
Close your mouth. There you go.
Good idea.
You could have told me to close mine.
I'm sorry. Well,
All right.
I didn't take. I thought because you took. Okay, this is gonna take a little while.
Oh, no, it's not.
Okay. No, this doesn't look like Earth at all.
A totally blue planet. It's more like Neptune.
Let's add some land.
Oh, yeah. All right, plants.
Plants! See, look, right angle shrub.
All right, stick it on there. Ow!
Right there.
Can you, maybe a little gentler?
Oh, sorry.
It's all right.
You know what we need to make now?
What?
We need to make some animals.
Oh, animals.
Animals.
Is that a polar bear?
It is a polar bear!
Where are you gonna put it?
I'm gonna put it right up here at the top.
Oh!
King of the Arctic!
All right, I'm gonna plant some more.
Okay. I like it! Oh, wait.
What?
Look what I made.
What? Oh!
Here's us.
Oh!
Yeah, although there's not a lot of room left. I got it.
The world will make room for us.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh!
There we go. Look at that.
All right!
That's awesome.
Okay, wait, we're not done yet.
Oh, we're not?
No, because it's Bible story time with Kellen!
Whoa, looking good, guys.
Thank you.
Just creating a world like one does.
It could use a little work, though. Still haven't figured out that whole gravity thing yet.
Still, it's pretty cool. But do you know the story in the Bible about how God created the world?
I do, but I bet not everyone does.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and share it again? Take it away, Kellen.
Our story today starts in the book of Genesis, the first verse of the first book in the Bible. And it says, "In the beginning, God created." It's important to know that God is creative, and that was very evident from the very beginning. We read that in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Now, the earth didn't have a shape. Darkness stretched across the entire formless planet. There was nothing there. Nothing except God. And God said, "Let there be light." And for the first time in history, there was light. God looked at the light and saw that it was good. So that was the first day. God was there creating, bringing light where there was none. But God wasn't finished. God said, "Let there be a huge space between the waters." And wouldn't you know it, a huge space formed that wasn't there before. God looked at the huge space and gave it a name, the sky. And that was the second day. On the third day, God said, "Let the water under the sky be gathered into one place. Let dry ground appear." And that's what happened. The dry ground was called land, and God called the water the sea. And God saw that it was good. Then God said, "Let the land produce plants, and let there be trees on the land that grow fruit with seeds in it." So the land produced plants, fruit trees, pine trees, clover and cactus, palm trees, and lily pads. God made all the plants and saw that it was good. Day 3. So we got light and dark, sky, land, plants. What's next? Well, God said, "Let there be lights in the huge space of the sky." God made the stars, the ones that burn in the night that we can see, and the stars that only telescopes can see, even the ones that telescopes can't see. Then God made the sun and the moon, the sun that brings us warmth and light and helps the plants grow, and the moon that lights up the beautiful night sky. God looked at the vast universe at the end of the fourth day and saw that it was good. But God wasn't finished. Next, God said, let the seas be filled with living things. Let birds fly above the earth across the huge space of the sky. So God made every kind of living thing in the water. I'm talking about whales and sharks and octopi and tuna and crawdads and trout. And God also made the birds, sparrows, parrots, robins and wrens, hawks and crows, and I'm even talking about the ostrich. God looked at everything once again and saw that it was good. And that was day 5. On the 6th day, things got a little noisy. God said, let the land produce every kind of living creature. And all the animals in the world were created. Wolverines, lemurs, squirrels, and the platypus, polar bears, and antelopes. God also made cows and horses, chicken and goats. And again, God looked at what had been created and saw that it was good. God was almost done, but there was one final thing to create, something special, a crowning achievement. Then God said, let us make human beings so that they are like us. So God made people, and they were created in God's image. Now, we don't know exactly what that means, but it's amazing. It's amazing to know that every time you pass someone in the grocery store, or every friend you have at school, or your sister or your brother, each of them was created in the image of God. God planned from the very beginning to make humans special. Finally, God looked at everything that had been made, and it was very good. So the heavens and the earth and everything in them were complete. Our amazingly powerful and endlessly creative God created the whole world. And you know what happened on the 7th day? God rested. And I'll say it was well earned. The end.
Great story, Kellen.
Yeah, kind of makes our creation pale in comparison. I mean, God made everything.
Yeah, God is pretty incredible.
Well, yeah, Kellen.
And so are you.
Oh,
what about me?
You too. And everyone. Everyone watching, every boy, every girl, every grown-up. We were created in the image of God, and that's special. If God's creative, then so are we. God created each of us so that we can be creative.
That's great. Thanks, Kellen.
You got it. I'll see you both next time.
So we're meant to be creative.
Yeah, all of us. In fact, that...
Oh, makes you think of a question?
Sure does.
How creative?
Reveal the question. How are you creative?
Yeah, maybe you're a gifted artist and you love to paint.
Or maybe you think up some of the most creative stories.
Yeah, but being creative isn't just about art. No, you can be creative in other ways.
Yeah, you can be creative in how you think up ways to do a math problem.
Yeah, or you have some really creative ideas about how to help one of your friends that's having a tough time.
Think about how you are creative.
Ooh, or maybe you can build the Eiffel Tower out of pencils. Oh, I'm gonna need more pencils than that.
All right, talk about it with each other.
Oh, hey, look, there's a big pencil.
Okay, and we'll see you next time on the So-and-so Show.
This'll
Can I
work?
help?
Yeah, absolutely. Hold
Here,
this up.
try it. I want to put it in there. That'll hold it up.
That's smart.